Hi there, this is Miss Hone speaking. Hopefully by now you've at least seen me once. Um, and I kind of hope you get a chance to look at this or get your parents to look at this video because it'll talk a little bit about what we are going to do in class and kind of what I expect in class. So I think I'm going to start by showing you a bit of a video. And it is, actually it's a video I made for a Remembrance Day assembly. Because I am a giant history nerd. I took it upon myself one time to during Remembrance Day give a presentation on Crescent Heights and the amazing history of Crescent Heights. We will talk about how many students left Crescent Heights to serve in World War II, and that Crescent Heights construction was actually interrupted because of World War I. So there's a lot of history here, and so for both my grade 9 and my grade 11 classes, we will look at Canada's role in the world, in particular Canada's role in those two epic wars, and we will look at what Canada's role in the world is now, right? Because I think it's changed. We seem to be more of peacekeepers, and those are things that we can look at in both classes. So what I expect from you in class, obviously, is to be there on time and ready to do some work. It's not a difficult course, but I think sometimes people pass off social studies because they think it's dull, dry, and boring. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, well, we use a textbook that is dusty and old and boring, right? So I don't use the textbook very much because, as we well know, in the world now, there's not much that you can't Google. And so we can look at some stuff ourselves, and we can look at primary sources. An example would be this guy you can see on the screen right now. His name is William McKnight. Does the name McKnight sound familiar to anybody? Yeah, McKnight Boulevard is named after this guy right here, Crescent Heights graduate, absolutely famous in World War II as a fighter pilot, and nobody in Calgary or Canada even knows anything about him. He's much more famous in England. So we will take a look at him, and maybe use some, try to act like historians and look at some primary documents and see what happened with him and where he went. That's a huge mystery. He was doing a milk run, and which of course means just a standard run from England over the channel into France in World War II, and we lost him. We don't know. We've never been able to recover his plane, nor his body. So this is his plane. I find this fantastic. If you look, this is a picture of a boot kicking Hitler in the butt. Right. So he was kind of a funny guy, and all throughout history there have been funny guys. There have been crazy guys. There have been crazy people who have led nations. Interesting people, right? Mackenzie King, Canadian Prime Minister for a considerable period of time. In fact, he still holds the record for the longest serving Democratic leader in the world. He used to talk to his dead mother and his dog, right? So Marie Antoinette, was she helpless, or did she deserve to get her head chopped off? Right? So these are the kinds of things that we can look at in history. It's fantastic. So one thing I want to talk to you about, and your parents about, is that I am not only a history nerd, but a tech geek. So I see you guys use those phones and use computers so much at home, and then you come to school and we say, put the phone away, crack open that textbook and blow the dust off. And that's not me, right? I think education needs to get along with the times. So I want you guys to use your phones in school. In fact, I would like to set it up where I could text you to remind you to bring your textbook, or that way you have a test tomorrow, you should be studying. Of course, that's going to require your parental permission, because I don't want anything that's going to cost money. But that's something I'm kind of interested in. So hopefully you guys will be interested in social studies too. And if you've never liked social studies before, that's okay. I love it enough for everybody, right? So we're going to have some fun.